Hello, everybody. I was looking at one of my top creators named Timmy Grace, who trademark is "Tell it like it is, Timmy." And Timmy was talking about blacks being the original Indians. And I believe it because my grandmama was full-blooded Cherokee Indian. Her last name was Reynolds. Her mama name was Roxy Reynolds. And I took a DNA test. They said, no, you're not Indian. You Irish, right? But I took some more tests later on to say I'm 23 different Indian tribe. But they saying from another country. From Eskimos to Irish to all kind of other type of Indians. But everything but American Indian because they don't want us blacks in the Indian tribe. Now I did some research and I'm going to put it all together from my point of view. I heard a professor talking about black people being the original people of America. And she said blacks were in America 10,000 years before Columbus was even born. And some more research, I was checking it out, and it say the Queen told Columbus to find out where the jury coming from. Because Columbus was buying the jury from Africans at a middleman price. The Queen wanted to buy it directly from the Indians. So Columbus started spying on African trade ships. And he followed them to America. Which makes sense. He followed the African trade ships to America to do some trading. Now they say in the documentation to the Queen, Columbus can put down that he brought the jury from Africans. So he took Africans out the report and it just laid Indians. You feel where I'm coming from? The Queen didn't want to buy no more Indian jewelry from Africa. She wanted to buy it directly from Indians. Columbus got here because they found other documentation. But he couldn't put it in the Queen documentation that he brought the jewelry from America from black Indians. He took out the black part and just let it be Indian because that's what the Queen ordered. But they found some personal documentation from what I saw on this thing that Columbus say the first people in America he saw were black. But he couldn't let the Queen know. And then I think about 2022 or 23. I seen an Indian chief talking. And this Indian chief say my ancestors who also were chiefs told the American government from the very beginning, I don't remember whether it was the 17 or 1800, that when we Indians got here, blacks were already here. We watched them for many decades from far away. They never messed with us. We don't even know whether they ever saw us. But one day we ambushed them and made them slaves. But they were so nice, soon we all were living in harmony. And this how you got black Indians also. But they were already black Indian there. But you got, the black Indian mixing with the regular Indians, and they lived in harmony, they say, until the white man came along. But this Indian chief said with tears in his eyes, we feel sorry for the black people, but we done told the American government for decades and centuries that y'all were here first and we took America from y'all before we all started living in harmony. Now, when you think about that, it makes sense. Because why would an Indian going to mess up their free taxes and free casinos by saying that? They got everything to lose and nothing to gain by saying that blacks were here first. I hope this gave you something to think about. Remember, we were here 10,000 years before Columbus was born. How you can discover something that was already discovered 10,000 years before you were born? Thank you and God bless.